Alright, so this is kind of a quick video on explaining the Pegboard Toy assignment. For this particular assignment, what you actually have to do is you're going to create 3 different parts, actually 4 different parts in here, with different dimensions, and they have a few little issues that you got to look at, mainly because you're going to be getting dimensions through these pictures, and then you have to do a few extra things from there. So making a round peg shouldn't be very difficult. Going into Inventor, we know we're just going to make a circle, a 1-inch circle, and then extrude from there. Here in a second, maybe. So obviously that's kind of going nuts on me. The round peg, square peg, not very difficult. 1-inch circle, and you're going to extrude it 3 inches long. Okay? 1 by 1 inch square peg, extrude it 3 inches long. Not difficult. Make sure you save both of these files, both of these parts, to your desktop. Okay? It's going to be very, very important that you do that. Okay? And then this one you're going to have to save to the desktop as well. This one gets a little bit difficult because you're actually going to take a 6 by 3 by 1 block and cut holes into it for those 2 pegs. So I'll show you real fast if this is working. Okay, I want a 2D sketch. I'm going to start from the bottom. And you saw 6 by 3 inch. So if I go back here and I look, 6 by 3 inch. So I know it's going to be 6 inches long, 3 inches wide, and it's going to be 1 inch deep. Okay. So very, very simple. I grab a rectangle. I'm going to come over here. I'm actually going to type in, since I've got this one selected, I'm going to go 6, hit tab, and go 3, and hit enter. I can come over here to zoom all. There's my 6 by 3 inch square, a rectangle. Finish sketch, and come over here, extrude it 1 inch, zoom all again. So there I have my 6 by 3 inch block, 1 inch thick. Now I've got to put a 1 inch circle and a 1 by 1 square on here. To do that, I can actually just click on this face, and it's going to give me some options. I don't need to edit the extrusion. I don't need to edit the original sketch. But I do need to create a sketch directly on there. I'm going to zoom all again, put it in the center. So my circle, very easy. All I have to do is hit 1 inch, hit enter, go to my rectangle, and do 1, tab, 1. So there I've got my square, and I've got my circle. The problem is they are not centered. You're going to have to do some math to figure out how to center them both horizontally and vertically. And then when you figure out how far you need to go, you can use the dimensioning tool. Go from the inside to the outside. Oops, wrong way. Sorry. Outside to the inside. And then let's say I want this, I don't know, I can just make something up. It is not 2 inches. Do not use that number. I'm just doing that to show you an example. You will actually have to do some math to figure that out. Okay? And so I can come here and make this one 1 inch or whatever it might be. Now, if you're curious what the math might look like on this, what we can actually do is I could draw a box and call this 6 inches by 3 inches. Okay? And so we know the square is going to be 1 by 1. And I know the circle is going to be 1 inch as well. So using math to figure out how to center things, it's not very difficult. You just have to subtract basically the holes that you have in here. So in this case, if I'm starting with 6, I'm going to subtract 1 for the circle, 1 for the square, which gives me 4 inches worth of space. That means between this gap right here, here, and here, there's 4 inches. So then what I need to do is, again, I have 4 inches left. And like I said, there are 3 gaps. 1, 2, 3. So if I divide 4 divided by 3 and hit equal, I know it's 1.33. So that means this space from this wall, to this outside wall here to here, is 1.33 inches. And I know from the outside of this square to the outside of the circle is going to be 1.33 inches. Now, the hard part from here is that when you do circles, you actually center them from the inside. So you know from here to here needs to be 1.33. But when you go to dimension it, you're going to have to add an extra half an inch. So actually from here to here is 1.83 inches. So there's your horizontal centering. Remember, you have to set it vertically too. So from here, we go back to doing a little bit of math. We know we have 3 inches from here to here, and we have 1 inches in the way. So again, very, very, very simple. 3 minus 1 equals 2, which means here and here has to equal 2. If I have 2 gaps that have to add up to 2, 2 divided by 2 equals 1. Hopefully you guys can figure that out. Which means from this wall to this wall is going to be 1 inch. Okay? So when you go to dimension, obviously I've already done that. Dimensioning, you go from the outside to the inside. You knew this was 1.833. And this one you can actually change. We knew that was 1.33. Now all I have to do is dimension my circle again. Remember, to the center, to the outside of the circle, to the wall is 1 inch. I needed to add an extra half an inch, so this is actually going to be 1.5. So now, those are centered. I can come to finish sketch. I can go to extrude. I need to select my square and my circle, and this time I'm going to go to a cut and hit enter. If I hit zoom all again, there's my block. Okay. Now for the last piece, this one, you're going to have to follow the instructions yourself. I'm going to see if you can do that one.